So you're saying that the physicians said they needed to do the specific intervention and the long-term care facility said, yeah, no thanks, we're not going to do it.
We're not going to do it. Why weren't they going to do it? Because the business model, and this is across our country. This is not just my mom's facility. This is everybody, unless for the rare, family owned that really care. And there are there's a couple gems out there, but it's not the norm. The business model is based on understaffing because staffing is your biggest cost. And so they chronically understaff and they count on, turnover, which is the opposite in most businesses. They don't care. The cheaper they can pay their help, the better. As long as there's a few bodies in there, they're fine. They think it's fine. Now what's happening is your frontline providers are being abused as well. So they can't do a good job because they're, instead of taking care of maybe 10 to 12 residents, which would be a lot, they're taking care of 20 to 30 residents, maybe 40 in a day. How much time can they dedicate to them? Not much at all. So who wants that job? The people that really care, that are vocational caregivers like CNAs and registered nurses, they go home with moral injury because they know that they're doing a disservice. They can't do the service that they should be doing. It's such a terrible situation that I can only say it's like warehousing human beings.
What's crazy, Susie, is when you're talking, I think about this as a spectrum. So we have under-regulation on this side that's saying it's kind of Wild West. These people can do what they want. They're trying to owner-operator idea where I'll do what I want because I have as much money as possible. We have that on this side. And on the other side, we have of the spectrum, we have over-regulation. So in Ontario right now, it just passed a law almost 6 months ago maybe that says that if there is any of these instances, like you mentioned, even to a much lesser extent, they have no choice, but the province or provincial health body will sue the directors, management, executives, every single person. So they are acutely aware of any problem and actively trying to mitigate it to the effect where a woman living with dementia probably 2 months ago now, 3 months ago, she had a non-lucid moment and she hit her husband of whatever, 65, 70 years. And they were forced to call the police. The police were forced, because it was intimate partner violence, to arrest her, put her in handcuffs, put her in the back of a cop car. This woman's like 96. Put her in the back of the cop car, take her to the police station, fingerprint her, and charge her with intimate partner violence. And because the system in this long-term care facility, as regulated by the government, is over-regulating and saying, we want to prevent all these problems. Now we're going to go extra hard on this side to prevent that. So now we have further problems here where we're now criminalizing someone who had a non-lucid moment that their intent was not there. They don't even remember doing it.
Right. Yeah, that's a mess. That's a mess right there. And I know in Canada, because I have a lot of friends who are advocates as well there that I've met through my community now, that there's a lot of the same thing of ejecting people from if they're become too impactful on the resources or they're too difficult to take care of, they'll just say, you know what, we're going to have to, your mom's going to have to move. And there's nothing, it's really, it represents the ageism. It reflects the ageism in our society because so many people, even colleagues of mine, will say, well, your mom lived till, she was 89. It's like, yeah, that's okay. Jane Fonda's 88 and she's a pistol. Why? I mean, who are we to put a judgment on a number? As someone's in their life, it's their life. But we've very easily adopted that perspective that it's, it's okay. It's okay. And it's not okay because when you're there and you're of that age, how are you going to feel? How does that feel to be completely devalued, to have no dignity, to be told to wet your bed because they don't have time to take you to the restroom? Just go in your bed. We'll be there in a minute. I mean, what quality of life are we talking about here? What are we doing? So if we're keeping people alive and having them, defecate and urinate in their beds because we don't have enough time to take them to the restroom, why are we doing that? Why are we even housing them? Why are we pretending to be a home?
No matter where you're watching the Dementia Collective from, if you get anything from this at all, anything, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, head to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review.